hope you're doing well. Hope your day is going good so far. If you're tuning in a little later date, I hope all is well also and you have a good practice. This morning's part of the Arogya Series, what we've been practicing for the last number of Fridays in a row. So it's a softer, lighter practice where we focus on small movements that create a lot of freedom, both within the practice of yoga and just in everyday life in general. At the start of the practice, the form of breath work we'll be focusing on is the resonance breath. So the resonance breath, as we work with the intention of lengthening the breath to a count of 5, to even inhale and exhale. If you find it challenging to lengthen to the longer counts, be with a shorter count is achievable for you, where you feel no pressure, no strain or force to achieve the breath. So to get started, you can be in a seated position, but I will encourage you to come down to a lying down position if that is comfortable for you. Many variations of a lying down position are welcome, so you can play around and choose which is appropriate. You can have the knees bent, one or both, or the legs can be straight. Hands up by the sides of the body, palms face up, or you can allow the hands to rest on the body so you can feel the reaction of body to breath. Let's take a few moments to readjust and to choose which is best for you. Allow the eyes to close and allow the mouth to close. Allow the body to settle. As you come towards the end of your week, endeavouring to create a little space for yourself and space for your practice. But being aware that this space isn't a place of resistance. You're not trying to push away or suppress any thoughts. Instead, we'll just encourage a shift of our awareness, a shift of the attention. So you bring your awareness to the physical body, and beginning at the toes, just notice how the body feels at the toes. Just inquire. And from the toes, allow your awareness to move up through the body, noticing along the way how body feels at the ankles, the calf muscles, through the knees. Allow your awareness to sweep up through the thighs, and the whole of the pelvic region. Note how the lower limbs feel, from toes to hip. Allowing your awareness to come to the back of the body and smoothly move up through the lower back, the lumbar region, the middle back, the upper back as you extend your awareness through the shoulder blades, the center point. Allowing your awareness to sweep around the front of the body, and you note how the belly feels. Any holding, any grip in the belly. Allow the belly to be soft. Moving up and through the ribs. And awareness softly comes through the chest. And it extends down the arms, upper, lower, until it arrives at the palms of the hands and the fingers. How do the hands feel? Allow the hands to be easy. Moving up through the neck. Your awareness swirls around the front, the sides, and the back of the neck. Noticing how the face feels, particularly around the jaw. Any grip or any holding in the jaw, release. Moving through the space of the mouth, the nose, and the eyes. Allow your awareness to come to the ears, and all the way up to the crown of the head, and extending through the scalp. How does the physical body feel? And with your awareness of the physical body, not the condition of the mind. If you're practicing with me live at the moment, have you rested well? Are you feeling energetic? Are you feeling lethargic? Are you feeling frustrated? Just notice without trying to change. And with this attuned awareness, when you've truly checked in, we'll bring the attention to the breath. And know that you're welcome to remain just witnessing and experiencing the breath. But if all is well, we'll mentally prepare for a few rounds of the resonance breath, intending to lengthen the breath towards the count of 5, but being at the count that's appropriate for you. Even inhale and exhale is your main focus. No pressure or force to achieve. Breathing in, 2. Breathing out, 2. Breathing in, 2. Breathing out, 2. Breathing 3, 2, 3. Breathing out, 2, 3. Breathing in, 2, 3. Breathing out, 2, 3. Breathing in, 2, 3. Breathing out, 2, 3. Breathing 4, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. Breathing 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And continue. No force upon the breath. Softly lengthening it to the count that's achievable for you with ease. If you're familiar, you're applying that ujjayi breathing on top, that soft whispering sound from the back of the throat, helping to gain greater control over the breath. If the mind begins to wander each time, softly bring it back. Lengthen the breath. Even inhale and exhale. A long and steady breath. Work towards the count of 5. At the end of your next exhale, release the effort upon the breath. And just notice for a moment. After just 4 minutes of conscious breathing, if you were with me for the count of 5, breath will slow down to about 6 breaths per minute. Note the response. If you're in a seated position, you can remain as you are. If you've chosen to come down to a lying position as suggested, just softly begin to stir and bring the feet together. The right arm extends up overhead. The right leg is straight and the left hand is on the belly and the left knee is bent. And once you feel steady, gently roll onto your right side. And once there's no trace of dizziness, gently push up. Any seated variation, eyes remaining closed. If comfortable, Namaskaram Mudra, palms to press, as you take a moment to set an intention, a sankalpa, or dedication for your practice. Release your hands, chin to chest, and a few gentle blinks, opening of the eyes. Namaste. Now release the hands. You can remain in a seated position. Any variation is welcome, so you can remain rather in a cross-legged position if you're there. If comfortable, however, raise the knees up, tuck the heels under. You can sweep a little around the legs around to the side also. Come in front of the hands and the knees and unravel the legs. Then bring the knees and the feet together and sit tall back in Vajrasana. Spine is lifted, sitting back in the heels. We're going to be here for a moment, so if this presents a challenge, please don't fight. You can alternate between being tall on your knees, tucking your toes, or a seated position, or you can just choose a place that is best for you to maintain. The intention here is that the spine is lifted, gaze is straight ahead, the chin is slightly back, not all the way to a double chin just yet. You're working with a mild double chin, ears back over the shoulder. Allow the hands to rest easy. Take an inhale. On the exhale, you're attracting your chin straight back into a double chin. So not chin to throat, straight back to the neck. As you inhale, allow your chin to reset a little front. As you exhale, retract in a double chin. Feel the space and length in the back of the neck. Inhale, allow it to come a little front. Exhale, double chin. Mindful you're not leaning back. Keep shoulder over hip. On the inhale, allow the chin to come front and you're swooping up in an arc. On the exhale, down and back, double chin. Inhale, front and up in an arc. Exhale, down and back, double chin. And be there for a moment. Breathe really well. No pressure to maintain. Keep the gaze straight ahead. Note that you're not dropping your chin towards your throat. The head is level. You're ramping the head straight back. Breathe. Don't fight. Beautiful. Allow the chin to reset in a little front. Ear over the shoulder. Try and prevent it jutting out too far. All is well here. Turn your gaze slightly to your right. Then drop the chin down towards the collarbone. But no pressure or force. Choose the degree which is appropriate for you. Then raise the right arm up. The right arm is going to reach over the head and behind. And the intention is grabbing on the left side just at the base of the skull. You can find that there's a little indent at the base of the skull where your fingers can softly rest. Now all is well here, keeping the chin working towards the collarbone. You can use the right arm and the hand to draw the head slightly further down in this direction. Allow the left hand to rest easy down by the side of the body, the shoulders completely free. Then notice the sensation. It's not a great force, it's just a gentle draw down. And notice the reaction at the shoulder blade working up the left side of the neck, working towards the base of the skull. Breathe. Beautiful. Come to rest with the light pressure you're applying. Release the right hand. Then softly raising the head, but take care. Come back to center. Turn your gaze to your left and allow the chin to drop down towards the collarbone. The right arm rests easy out on the sides of the body. Raise the left arm up and over. You're reaching for the right side, the back of the head, the base of the skull. You can feel there's a little point to hook onto. Then with the assistance of the hand and the arm, slightly draw the head over further. But allow that right shoulder to drop down the back. Recognize if you're rounding and collapsing through the spine, can you maintain that length? Beautiful. Keep the chin down, but just first releasing the left hand, then raising the head with care. Coming back to center. Come back into that mild double chin, taking one hand. If you have a t-shirt that comes down and covers the chest, placing the hand underneath the t-shirt so you have skin and skin connection. Then pressurize the chest and place the other hand on top so there's a little extra pressure. From this slight double chin position, as you inhale, raise the chin up. But keep that pressure on the front of the chest. Keep the teeth together. Beautiful stretch along the front of the chest, front of the throat. With no pressure on the back of your neck. Beautiful, very comfortable. Try to slide your bottom teeth beyond your top teeth, but don't fight. Beautiful, sliding the bottom teeth back and gently bring the head back to center position. Release the hands. Hands come to the hips. Take the hands behind, opposite wrist, form or elbow if that feels good. The intention is a full rotation to the neck. After stretching the neck in those three different directions, we're going to go for smaller rotations. So note where your usual angle is and go smaller, and we'll gently increase it. So chin down towards the chest but not fully to your edge just yet. Then going to your right with the chin down, passes the collarbone. Looking for the right shoulder, lift the chin up towards the ceiling, but remember smaller rotation than you're ordinarily used to. Looking to your left shoulder, chin drops down past the collarbone, base of throat. Continuing to your right for 2 more rotations. You can slightly begin to increase the rotation, the diameter of the circle that you're drawing with your chin, but just note the reaction. Move slower. Breath flows. Once you've returned to the base of your throat after your 3rd round, to your left, smaller rotation as you change direction. Now as it feels good with each rotation, you just make it a little bigger, working towards your comfortable edge. Breathe. Once you return chin towards the throat, you softly lift the head. The gaze is front. Then releasing out the hands. The shoulders are free. All is well here. Take care. Come tall on your knees. Take your knees to about hip distance apart. So hip distance or wider, even shoulder distance, toes and length of knees. Any sensitivity on the knees, you can double the mat over as you need to. The hands can be on the sides of the body if the shoulders are fatigued this morning or if you have any tenderness in the shoulder. All is well, extending the arms up in front. Chin slightly back. No matter where you are with the hands up in front and down by the sides, as you inhale, retract the shoulders back. Raise the shoulder up. As you exhale, shoulders front, then down. Note that the hands are still the same distance away from each other. Inhale back and up. Exhale front and down. Inhale back and up. Exhale front and down. Pause there for a moment. Inhale, raise up from that point. Exhale, retract back and down. Inhale front, up, exhale back and down. Inhale front and up, exhale back and down. And release your shoulders for a minute. If your arms are extended out in front, shoulders free, shoulders soft. Taking the arms out in front at about a 45-degree angle, so a slight angle out in front. Still tall on your knees if that's comfortable for you. We're moving from the shoulder, but we're going to think that that movement is coming from the bicep. Not just the hands flipping. Arms going in alternate directions, allowing the breath to flow. No fight. This feels good. You can be at this angle, but all is responding well. You're out to the side at the same angle, but just out from show, out to the side of the body. Think bicep moving, checking in with your biceps. Super. This is still responding well. Palms to face front, raise your arms to shoulder height. Now you are welcome to continue with this movement at a shoulder height level, but if all is well, with no particular strain or sensitivity to your neck and your shoulder region this morning, we'll play around a little further. Raise your right arm up, about 45 degrees, so slight angle out to the side and left arm down. So your upper and lower upside down facing wide. Without touching the body, bend the right elbow, place the hand, it can be floating top of the head, back of the head, back of the neck or upper back, but not as a result of leaning front of the head. Left palm, Smoothly comes to the hip, lower back or middle back, but without thrusting of the ribs and not touching the body if you can. Beautiful. Keep breathing as you extend the arms straight. Back to center. Left palm to face front, right palm down and back. Left arm is up with that slight upward facing Y, right arm lower facing Y. Feels good simultaneously bend at the elbows, without touching of the body, without thrusting of your ribs. Chin back. Keep breathing, extend the arms straight. Center. Right palm front, left palm back. Release the left arm down, the right arm up. Bending at the elbow without touching the body. Where do you feel it? Where is it responding? Extending the arms, keep breathing, back to center, right palm down and back, left palm front. Smooth your left arm up, right arm down, bending at the elbow but don't fight for it. Extending the arm straight, back to center, palms to face front, bringing the hands out in front, flip towards the ceiling, then release the elbows close to the body, palms face front. Your next exhale, or inhale rather, bend with the elbow. Bending generously as much as you can at the top, with the palms to face away. Then releasing down. Inhale, bending at the elbow as much as you comfortably can. At the top, with the palm to face you. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, bending at the elbow. Flip the palm to face out. Exhale, releasing down. All is well here. Or just playing around a little further, you can take any seated variation or remain on your knees. Stepping the left leg front. Then this is good. With care, you just play around, you sit back on the right heel. Left foot can scoot a little back more towards you. But don't fight, just play. Notice which is best for you. Bending of the right elbow, you're thinking shoulder, elbow and wrist in a straight line. The palm faces up and you make a little fist. The left hand grabs the right forearm to keep the forearm steady. So zero movement from the forearm. Move with your breath. So you move for a full rotation with the inhale in whichever direction is calling you first. Then continue with the exhale. Go for 3 full rounds. Note that there is no movement through the forearm, even if it's only small rotation. Once you've completed 3 in the opposite direction, we'll move with the breath. So full rotation with the incoming breath, full rotation to the length of the outgoing breath for 3 full rotations. So far. Once you've finished, release the right fist, release the left hand from the clasp, changing sides. Perhaps you raise back up, but you don't fight. Ground the left leg, toes pointed, step the right leg front with care. Sitting back on the left heel, but don't fight the knee, the hip or the ankle. Maybe the right foot comes back a little closer towards you. Bend the left elbow, bring it close to the body. Your shoulder, elbow on the wrist in a straight line. Palm is up and you make a fist. The right hand is now keeping your left forearm nice and steady. And move with your breath. 3 rotations in one direction, moving completely in coordination to the breath. Any pinching, make the rotation smaller. 3 in the opposite direction. No fight. Beautiful. Completing your current round. Release the left hand, release the clasp of the right. All is well here. Raising back tall on the knees. Grounding the right knee once more. If it's accessible for you, I'll encourage you to keep your knees at about hip distance apart. Toes are untucked if you can, and then sitting back in the heels. But don't fight for depth. Any seated variation is welcome. You can even tuck the toes with the knees and feet together if required. Stretching the hands front to be in front of the knees. Palms grounding, fingers well spread. The intention is keeping the lower part of the back, the lumbar region, relatively stable and steady, and to work through the middle and the upper back as best you can. If it feels good, just allow to drop the head initially. As you inhale, think working from your middle back. Work as if you're trying to draw the hands back towards you without creating movement. As you arch through the middle back, the upper back, continue to inhale and lightly lift the head but no strain on the back of the neck. As you exhale, push the hands away from you, round the middle back, the upper back, then releasing of the head. Think small movement. Inhale, work us towards drawing the hands back towards you, arch through the middle back, upper back, lightly lift the head. Exhale, pushing hands away, round the middle back, upper back, then releasing the head and rounding of the spine. Beautiful. Next inhale, come back to an easy spine. Walk your hands further front, or come in front onto your hands and your knees if you're in any other variation. The Vajraswasa, tiger breathing setup. Shoulder over wrist to the best of your ability. Hands front as far as you need to if there's challenge in the wrist, or make fists. The knees are as wide as your wrist, toes in line with the knees. All is well here. And movement just focus through our lower back. To achieve this, we'll round through our entire spine initially and then release the head. Keep the hands firm into the mat. As you inhale, there's a slight tilt to the pelvic. You feel movement through the lower back and belly working towards the mat. As you exhale, a slight tuck. Being patient with the movement as it can take some time to coordinate. Inhale, smoothly arch, just lower back. Exhale, tucking under, think smaller movement. Inhale, feel an arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, feel an arch. Exhale, round. Beautiful. Next inhale, let's come back to an easy spine. Allow the belly to drop a little gaze front. Tucking of the toes. Keep the hands where they are, sitting back. The intention is sitting on the heels, but you can do before that if it's a challenge on the toes. Challenge on the ankles. Have the toes on top. If it feels good or you're mindfully applying in your practice, you're here. Beautiful. Next inhale, we'll raise back up on our hands and our knees. Untucking the toes. Full movement of the Vajraswasa, the tiger breathing. So full movement through the spine, real slow and steady. As you inhale, feel an arch through the lower back. Your middle back, draw the shoulder down the back as you slightly arch through the upper, lift the head. As you exhale, around the lower, middle, upper, release the head and round the spine. Inhale, note where you feel it. Lower, middle, upper, lightly lift the head. Exhale around. Can you keep your fingers spread? Inhale, arch. Exhale around. Inhale, arch. Exhale around, and be there for a moment if comfortable, but please don't fight your practice. Know your body's reaction. Shoulders still over the wrist or towards the original angle you started with. Pushing away the mat lightly, belly drawn, head released. Beautiful. Inhale back to an easy spine, allowing the belly to drop lightly. The knees and the feet together. We'll keep the toes untucked, but if necessary you can tuck them. Sitting back on the heel is the intention. Grounding the elbow. Bring the heel and the palm together. You can cradle the face around the chin with the gaze slightly front, or you can drop your gaze and the face to point towards the ground, and maybe your hands are cradling more around your temples or your ears. And be here in a variation of Shashankasana, your child's pose, for a moment. Note the body's response. Beautiful. Lifting of the head, gaze front. Returning on your hands and your knees. We're going to keep the knees together. If you have any sensitivity on the knees, please mindfully apply. Initially we'll be starting with the right leg, so any sensitivity in the left knee, you can double over the mat, or if you saw a small support or a cushion, you can do so to support it. The intention is we're going to be working from the hip, taking it out to the side, back, and smoothly towards the chest. But we want a minimal disturbance to the lower back. So we're mainly moving from the hip, even if it's only small movement. So recognize, tune into your practice, what's the response to the lower back. As you inhale, take the right knee out to the side. As you raise it, you want to keep the hips level. Recognize that right hip hikes up higher than the left. Can you work before this point, just on that edge? As you exhale, bring the knees slowly back together. As you inhale, you're bringing the leg up from behind. Keep the bend in the knee. Where's the point that you begin to arch through the lower back? Can you just be before that point? Next exhale, smoothly draw the chest, the thigh rather towards the chest, just before the point where the lower back begins to round. Really tuning in and just feeling your body's response. Smoothly back to center, knees together. Inhale, right knee to the right and out to the side. Exhale, center. Inhale, bring it back just before the lower back begins to arch again. Exhale, chest slightly towards the thigh, small distance. Inhale, center. Raise the right leg out to the side. Center. Raising it up as you inhale up behind. Exhale towards the hands. Then releasing the right knee, sitting back as best you can, toes tucked if required. A steady breath. What's the response? The response through the right hip as you work it in all directions, and the response through the right shoulder and the hand as it was keeping you steady and keeping you centered. Beautiful. Feels good. Raising back up on the hands and the knees. Try to avoid now leaning to the opposite side. Stay as centered as you can, share the even weight into the hands. Note there's a mild arch to the lower back, the gentle arch that naturally occurs. All is well here. As you inhale, you take it out to the side, but without hiking the hip up. Exhale back to center. Inhale, raising up behind. Where's that point that you begin to arch? Can you do 4 that? Exhale, knee towards the hands. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale, center. Inhale, raising it up behind. Exhale, knee towards hand. Back to center. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale, center. Inhale, raise the knee up. Exhale towards the hands. Grounding the left knee. Take your knees to be wider. Excuse me. Then sitting back all the way. Knees go towards the outer edges of the mat. First variation is extending the arms front and forehead to the mat, but you can be anywhere before that. Perhaps you stack your palms or stack fists, and hips can be higher if required. Just a few steady breaths in the downward facing warrior. If your hands are extended out in front, push away the mat. Be with your breath. Lengthen the breath and apply the Ujjayi breathing if you're familiar and comfortable. Beautiful. Lifting of the head. We'll raise back up on the hands and the knees. Bring the knees back into about hip distance apart. The intention is a seated position. You can arrive there in whichever way is necessary if comfortable. Cross the legs over behind, but don't fight. Just play. Then smoothly sitting back, but note the reaction of the knees, the ankle and the hip. Coming into a seated position with the legs extended out in front. If this is a challenge for you to maintain, you can roll up your mat and sit just on the edge of that rolled up mat, or any prop or such can help you to sit in this position with a little greater ease. Hand support and leaning back if you need to. The awareness comes into the feet. Feet about hip distance apart or so. As you inhale, toes draw back towards your heels and pushing away. As you exhale, you're pointing the feet. Inhale, draw back towards you. Exhale, pointing the feet. Inhale, back towards you. Exhale. Inhale, push the heel. Exhale. Inhale, push the heel. Exhale, point away. If you can, be there for a moment and wag the feet side to side. Or window aprons. Beautiful. Back to center and push the heel. Feet come together now. The intention is rotation through the ankle, just like your wrist rotation. Move with the full breath. So full inhale for a cycle, full exhale for a cycle. Going for 3 rounds as best you can. Whichever direction is calling you first. Move slow and steady. If there's any pinching, any discomfort, you make smaller rotation. Move around those points that are catching. Once you've completed the opposite direction, beautiful, and back to center. Taking the feet to return to about the hip distance apart. The challenge here is to keep the toes pointing up towards the ceiling and the heels push away. Often as we go through the movement, we move through the hip and the foot will drop out. as best you can. That top of thigh remains pointing towards the ceiling and the toes point up. As you inhale, you're trying to turn the feet out. As you exhale, you're trying to turn the feet in towards each other. Inhale, feet out. Exhale, in towards each other. Inhale, feet out. Exhale, in towards each other, and be there for a moment if you can. Feet turning in, heels pushing away, spine lifted as best you can. Beautiful. Inhale, back to center, toes free. All is well here. Bending of the knees, feet grounded, feet hip distance apart or wider to a point that you can feel that you're evenly grounded, inner or outer edges. Your hands apart can still remain behind you if you have chosen to come there in the previous asana. Feels good, however, take your hands behind and underneath. All is well. All of your toes. Inhale, raise all of your toes without raising the mounts of the toes. Exhale, release. Inhale, raise all of the toes. Exhale, release. Inhale, raising of the toes. Exhale, release. All of the toes are down except your big toes. Inhale, big toes raise, but keep the ball of the foot grounded also. Exhale, grounding. Inhale, big toes. Exhale, grounding. Keep the big toes grounded. Inhale, second to little toe, reach for the sky. Exhale to ground. Inhale, raise. Exhale to ground. Keep the big toes and the little toes grounding, but your three lads between. Inhale, raise them up. Exhale, grounding. Inhale, three lads in between, raise, and you be there for a moment. Communicate with your feet. If it's very challenging with both feet, focus on one foot at a time. Exhale, grounding. Beautiful. Extend both legs out in front. Hands can be behind you as the previous posture, and you can keep the right heel grounded and slide the leg in and out. If all is well through your lower back this morning, taking the hands out behind the thigh, the right thigh that is. As you inhale, raise the straight leg up off the mat. As you exhale, thigh in towards the chest. How tall can you sit? Inhale, extend it straight. Exhale, thigh to chest. Inhale, extend it. Exhale to chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale to chest. Inhale, extending the right leg straight. Releasing the leg. We'll change sides. Left leg. Raise the leg up off the ground. It feels good as you inhale. Exhale, thigh to chest. Inhale, opening up. Extend it. Exhale, closing into chest. Inhale, extend it. Exhale to chest. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Keep the bend in the left knee. Ground the foot. Bend the right knee, cross the legs over. Come in front onto all fours. You can do so whichever way is necessary. Feels good. Heels closer. Hands front onto all fours. From our all fours, we'll take the knees wider into the downward facing warrior. Big toes to touch. Sitting back as best you can. Remembering, first variation, arms extended front. Stacked palms or stacked fists if required. Just a few steady breaths here. Working towards sitting on the heel and forehead to the mat. Create length in the spine. Push away the mat if the arms are extended. Breathe. Beautiful. Next inhale, lift the head. Extending the arms out in front if they're not already there. Now please be aware, you can remain as you are. If all is well, a downward facing dog will come in step by step. Keep the distance between the hands and the feet as you raise the hip. Take the feet to be shoulder distance, take the toes under, raise the knee and then smoothly push the hip up and back. Torso back towards the thigh, but note that you're not leading with your ribs and creating this arch, particularly to the middle back. Keep the sternum drawn in as if you're in Tadasana. Extending the legs a little straighter if it feels good in part of your practice. A few steady breaths. If it feels very comfortable, keep the toes where they are and just slightly begin to bend one knee and stretch the opposite heel towards the mat. So you're not disturbing the distance between the hands and the feet. Working with the heel stretching towards the mat and maintaining that beautiful length in the spine. Super. Come to wrestle walking with the dog.
Bringing the feet together. Now please note you can ground both knees and you can bring the right leg front with assistance as required. Little practice bending both knees. And step the right foot front. This may be one smooth step. If this is a challenge, ground both knees, then bring the right foot front with a helping hand. Untop the toes of the left foot, any sensitivity on the knee, double or triple over the mat as you need to. Right foot is grounded, the knees over the ankle or before it. And then raising up it is still steady. Furthermore, if this feels unbalanced, you can take the right foot a little heel toe wider out to the right edging of the mat, wider base. Straighten the right leg a little and bring your attention to the left hip, but mindful of your balance. Send your gaze down, left hip is stacked directly over the knee. Your hips are squaring, so that's a straight line across the front of the hip, then a slight tuck of the pelvis. And this is good here, push the hip a little front. But you're still endeavouring to almost maintain that hip over knee alignment. Just a slight push front, gaze is front, and the chin is back. Recognize if you're extending front, retracting away from your text neck. Then be there for a moment. Notice the beautiful sensation. Maybe the top of the left thigh, and working its way down through the quadricep. Breathe. As it gets more challenging, the breath goes longer, the breath goes softer, and this is something that serves you in your practice and outside your practice. Beautiful. Rebending the right knee, stretching front. We'll keep the left knee grounded and we'll slide the right knee back to meet the left. And take care, it could be one smooth step, it could be a helping hand. Get the left all the way in front. And note that the toes and the heels are fully grounded. Support for the right knee now, that's the back leg as you need to, toes are on top. Then with care raise up, if you need to also, heel toe the foot wider. Back to hip up, knee over the ankle, straight line across the hip, then a slight tuck. And a gentle push front. Then be there, note the chin, chin slightly back. Note the ribs, ribs slightly back also. And if you're feeling unsteady balance wise rather, left foot can be wider, engage more to the base of the pelvic, center of gravity, and focus on your point. Beautiful. Feel the reaction. A superb length being created in the front of the right thigh. If you're doing any extra sitting lately, this point in the body often gets chronically tight and this creates a lot of tension to the rest of our system. Beautiful. Re-stretch in front. You can bring the left knee back to meet the right and explore a downward dog whichever way is necessary for you. Little practice however. Tuck the right toes, lift the knee. One smooth step or a few steps. Left back to meet the right. We'll return to that shoulder distance apart, toes in line with the wrist. Maintain that beautiful length in the spine, fingers spread. Toes maintain where they are and we'll walk out the dog lightly. Heels stretching towards the mat. Just notice the difference and the response between the first time you walked out your dog and the second time as you come here now. Breathe really well. Beautiful. Come to rest without walking out of the dog. Bend the knees. Gaze front, the intention is a seated position. You're welcome to arrive there whichever way is required. Little practice however. Right knee, right wrist, shin diagonal. Left shin stacks on top. With care, sitting back, but you're playing with your practice. Extend the legs out in front. The first variation is you can be in a seated position with the legs crossed as best you can. If it's accessible and you're playing around, bend the right knee, fold the leg behind, the toes point straight behind it. Open up the leg nice and wide. Then bending the left knee, that's the front leg, and placing that foot on the thigh. If this is also a challenge and you want to play around a little further from beyond the cross-legged position, both legs can be gently swept to your right side with one foot resting into the right foot resting on top of the left. So choose which is best. Keeping the spine lifted as best you can. Left hand left side and behind. Try not to bring it too far away, a little closer. Right hand is over the thigh. Inhale, sit tall, sternum back. Exhale, little twist to your left. Feels good, your gaze is following, but note the reaction of your neck.
Beautiful. Next inhale. Coming halfway back. Chest is looking at the left knee. Hands either side of the left knee. And as you exhale, fold in the direction of the left knee. So you're folding at an angle. If you're in a cross-legged position, you're intending to the best of your ability to fold directly front. Breathe. How long and soft can your breath be? If the mind begins to wander, bring it back to your breath. Bring it back to the body. Where are you feeling? Beautiful. Inhale, lifting the head. Walk the hands back towards you and lift the spine as best you can. With care, if you're in a double fold of the legs, release the left leg. Then begin to release the right leg. As you release it, keep the foot up off the mat. Step the right foot to the outside edge of the left knee if you can. If that's challenging, the right foot can be placed on the inside edge of the left knee. The left leg is very active, toes draw away. Furthermore, feels good, wrap your left arm around the right leg. Right hand right side and behind. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist through the torso, then the gaze follows. Feel and breathe. Feel the length on the inhale. Feel the depth of the twist on the exhale. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. Extending your right leg straight. All is well. Folding your left leg behind. Toes point back. Opening your leg to the side. And folding the right leg. Alternatively, cross-legged position or just both legs gently swept to the side as best you can. Right hand right side behind, left hand over the thigh, staying as centre as you can. Sternum is back. As you exhale, little twist here. You're right now. Gaze follows if comfortable. Inhale, coming halfway back. The breastbone is centre of the chest is looking at your right knee. Both hands over right knee, then folding front. Trying to ground the chin or the forehead, rather, my apologies, just beyond the knee. If we're in a cross-legged position, folding front. Beautiful, lift it. Inhale, walk the hands back towards you. Spine lifted, extending the right leg out in front. And then bringing back the left. As you bring it around, play around, keeping it up off the mat. Place the left foot outside the right knee, inside edge if required. Your right leg's very active. Toes draw back towards you. Your outer ankle, your knee and your hip on the right side are in a straight line. Wrapping the right arm around the left leg. Left arm, left side and behind. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, get twisted. Maintain it there. Feel the length on the inhale. Feel the depth on the exhale as you twist. Beautiful. Inhale, smoothly back. Left foot return to its own side, keep the bend in the knee. The right leg bends in the knee. If you're anywhere near the back of your mat, you're on the short alongside, turn towards the short side. And as you inhale, just one rock back or come onto your back whichever way is necessary. Once you've arrived, a little rolling side to side. Chin is comfortably back towards the neck, just lengthen your neck. Come to rest with a little rolling side to side. Keep the bend in the knee, welcome the soles of the feet to the mat. Setu Bandhasana, your bridge pose. Heel towards the fingertips, knees over the ankle as best you can. Check in with your alignment. Your knees are dropping, or not even dropping, rather going the direction of your toes. You're trying to avoid it dropping in motion. Chin in a mild double chin as you inhale. Pressurize your feet and feel that it's your lower back lifting first. Then the middle back if we're responding well. Then the upper back. As you exhale, release down, upper, middle, lower back. Inhale, pressurize the feet, engage your lower body smoothly. Feel and push the hip.
Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, raise and push the hip. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, smoothly push the hip. If very comfortable, maintain it there for a moment. Feels good, no strain on your neck. Tuck the shoulders almost towards each other under the back. Interlace the fingers. Raise the hip a little higher, but not as a result of pushing your ribs up. Push the feet, push the hip. Breathe really well. If it's a challenge to maintain, you're welcome to continue with the movement or take rest as you need to. Be with your practice. Beautiful. Releasing the bind of the fingers if you're there. Untuck the shoulders. As you exhale, release down upper, middle, the lower back. Once your spine is fully grounded, no rushing or arriving there. Keep the left leg as it is. Raise the right leg up. Place the ankle just below the knee as you can, or before the knee. The knee almost right knee almost in line with the ankle. Being as you are, little practice, raise the left foot off the mat. You can grab right hand, right knee, and left hand, right foot. Or perhaps, underneath the right leg, you grab behind the left thigh. Or in front of the shin or the knee. And you can draw the leg closer. Notice the chin is drawn up towards the ceiling. Maintain that double chin. Maintain length in the spine. Each exhale a little closer to the point that you can maintain that beautiful length and integrity of the spine. Being as you are, but it falls well through the neck and the shoulder region as you exhale. Lower belly draws. Bring your nose towards the left knee. And be there for a moment. Notice that you're not extending your chin to try and achieve this. Keep the chin in a mild double chin. Smoothly working front again. Next inhale, ground the head and the shoulders first. Release the clasp of the left leg if you're there. Welcome the left foot to the mat. Keep the right leg where it is and slide the right leg over further. So right thigh is resting on top of left. Double cactus arm. 90-degree arm, elbow in line with the shoulder. Your next exhale, knees to your right, gaze to your left if comfortable. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees left, gaze right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Be there for a moment if it feels good. Mindfully apply. Inhale, center. Unravel the legs, returning the right foot to be almost as wide as the hip. Raise the left leg up now, placing the left ankle just before the knee. Knee working towards being in line with the ankle. Maintaining here, or perhaps raise the right foot, the right thigh towards the chest. Going for whichever variation of the clasp is successful. Left hand, left knee, right hand to the foot, or grab behind the right thigh. Very accessible and comfortable in front of the right knee or the shin. But you're coming underneath the left leg if you're going to work for this clasp. Feel them. Beautiful length in the neck. Next exhale, smoothly raise the head. Nose towards the knee. But don't fight. Recognize the difference between both sides. Recognize the reaction of your left knee and a beautiful response. Outer edge of the left hip. Inhale, ground the head, ground the shoulders. Ground the right foot as you release the clasp of the leg. Slide the left leg over further. The double cactus arm. Your next exhale, knees to your left and gaze to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees right, gaze left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Maintain it there. Feel the grounding of your right shoulder. If your right shoulder is elevated to any degree, legs back more towards the center line, ground the shoulder, and then get twisted from there. Inhale, center. Unravel the legs, extend the legs straight, extend the arms up overhead and behind, but keeping the back of the ribs grounded. If necessary, the arms can be elevated up, and the right hand is going to grab the left wrist. Walk your legs to the right side, and bring your arms to the right side also, but the middle back is grounding as best you can. Very confident, stack the left foot over the right. Be there for a moment. Beautiful reaction. Outer edge of left hip, but no pressure on your knee. The reaction on the outer edge of left shoulder. Arms as high as you need to if you feel like the chin is jutting up, or you could have even a small support behind the upper back or the neck region. Unravel and take the left foot off the right as you come back to center. The left hand now grabs the right wrist. The arms come to the left side and the legs also come to the left side. Sternum is back. Stack the right foot over if all is feeling well. Feel and breathe. Feel that length in your breath. Beautiful. Unstack the legs as your feet come back to center, followed by the arms. As you exhale, bend to the knees, draw the thighs towards the chest, grab the legs, head towards the knees, around the spine, nice tight ball, tight as you can. Inhale, release them. Release the legs. Release and rest. End of your practice.
Making all of the necessary adjustments, the positions that are comfortable for you, so the body can rest effortlessly. Any blankets or coverings are welcome. Allowing the eyes to softly close and the mouth closes. End of your practice. As you come to the end of your practice and you make all of the necessary adjustments, know that you have done enough. There's nothing more required of you. You can begin to release all the weight of your body. Any lingering tension that may still be present within the muscles and bones and joints. And any worry of the mind. Any narratives, stories or conversations that are occupying your mind that don't serve you, that draw you away from your authentic self. They can all be released into the ground, into the earth beneath you. All accepted and supported, and never being too much. And safe in the knowledge that your body is held and you can feel that it's secure. Set your attention free to rest at the very center of your body. The center of the belly. The navel. And with your awareness resting here, with the freedom and the release at the belly, become aware of the body's response to the breath. On the inhale, how the navel rises out of the stillness, and on the exhale, like a wave falling back into stillness. On the inhale, the navel rises into a crest. On the exhale, it falls 70. 16. 15. 14. 13. 12. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and feeling deep down at the bottom of the breath, that even deeper essence of stillness to be experienced. A stillness in which resides a true, authentic rest. Whole of the body is still. Whole of the body is rested. Note where you experience this rest the most. Then reside there for a moment. From the space of true, authentic rest, allow the body to maintain and reside there. But softly begin to extend your awareness beyond. With the extension of your awareness, allow it to transition to a more everyday engagement. And you note what arises from around you, through the senses of sound. What can you hear? What can you feel? What can you taste? What can you smell? What odors, scents, or perfumes are on the air? Any sensation around the eye? You gather your senses. And you begin to deepen breath. Make it a little fuller, a little more conscious. Feel how the breath disturbs and awakens the stillness of the body. It begins to awaken the body to toes, a little ripple of movement. Similar ripple of movement to the fingers, up into the head and the neck. Feet come together, extending the arms up and over. Begin at your feet, point your toes down your feet and your legs. Take a big inhale, turn belly, shoulders, fingers, thumb. Then all body. Exhale. Right arm extended. Left hand to the belly, folding the left knee. Then rolling to your right. After a moment, when you feel steady, push up to a seated position. Eyes closed. as you come to the end of your practice, just take a moment to note any difference to the start of your practice. Drawing your palms together, rubbing your palms, creating some heat. And then you place the hands over the eyes, lightly cupped. And extend a gentle massage with the eyes, the nose, the cheekbones, the temples. Taking the hands a small distance away from the eyes. And gently blink the eyes open, gaze into the palms. Namaste. Thank you all so much. I hope you had a good practice. I hope that the audio quality was okay today. The wind is blowing hard outside and it's dancing its way down the chimney as close to me to join us in the room. So hopefully you were able to hear me okay. Have a nice weekend. I look forward to seeing you at your next practice. Thank you so much.